Alright, so got a lot going on tonight. We're going to do a couple of fun things, but a lot of things. So we've got almost every piece of electrical equipment that I own plugged up here on the counter. You can see, well, move this over here so you can see. So we're going to be using not only our George Foreman, our miniature crock pot, our fryer, and our pressure cooker. Yes, all of the above. So what are we making? Well, we're making tonight's dinner, tomorrow's dinner, and lunch, of course. And then we are also going to make some Mexican specials. So we're getting a lot going on. So I'm going to move the camera around a little bit here and there. We're going to have to go over to the stove at one point, but at the end of the day, all really simple, easy stuff. Just a little bit of components, and makes 2 days great dinners. Lots of stuff. So, be right back with you. Gotta get some stuff together. Okay, so here we go. Of course, like we talked about before, I'm going to make sure my seal and my top for my pressure cooker XL are all prepared for the seal, most important part. So what I'm going to do is, while I'm prepping some other things, I'm going to make some meat, some ground taco meat that we every Tuesday, it's tradition in our house, Taco Tuesday, and fry on shells and make our meat. But happens tonight that I need a small portion of that same kind of taco meat for a queso dish that I'm making. So I'm going to make the taco meat for tomorrow, tonight, both at the same time. Now, if you come home from work and you forgot to take out some hamburger meat for supper, and you want to make, like I normally do, these frozen packets of about a pound and a half of meat, you can cut this open with your scissors and you can throw it in here, 1, 2 of them, however much, and you can throw them in there frozen. Put it for 10 minutes. Stop. Once it stops, hit it with a potato smasher, drain the grease, pour the season, turn it back on 5 more minutes, and you have taco meat, free from frozen. Just so happens that, because I didn't have a lot frozen and I'm using it for 2 nights, I went to the grocery store and I have some unfrozen meat that we're going to use this time. So I just cut this away, and I want this straight into, for those of you who can't see, it's in my pressure cooker XL. Now, this is the easiest way to make this meat because I don't have to worry about frying it, stirring it, messing with it. I put it in here and go on about doing everything else I need to do without worrying about this meat. So, meat in. Just gonna add about a quarter cup of water to give it something to pressurize, make some steam with. Put the lid on. I have a whole grommet of electronics on this table tonight, so we're using a plug bar just so we can get everything in the same area so you can see. So, set my timer to meat and chicken. It says 15 minutes. I can always stop it early. Since this is already cooked, I'll probably stop it when I have about 5 minutes to go. And then drain the grease. And then turn it back on, let it repressurize, and finish the 5 minutes flavoring it. So, this is heating up, doing nothing. We're done with meat for now. So I am heating up my fryer. We're going to check our oil level because we did make, yesterday, cheese sticks. So our oil level is, it's a little tad low. So go ahead and add some oil. Good Lord. Let me just finish this one off. Yeah, then I'm going to check. a splash. Okay. Just a little oil. So, put the lid back on that. Helps it heat up faster. Let it be happy. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of different things tonight. We're going to make some Queso Blanco, which is just basically white nacho cheese. And we're going to make chicken quesadillas. So, both those things. Pretty common, pretty easy, but have my own little flair on them, so thought I'd share. Have a stick of butter. I'm going to use my little crock pot. Makes it a little bit easier, so I don't have to babysit it as much. Makes just enough for honey, of course, to take some tomorrow. So I'm going to cube up some butter. Now, when I mix, traditionally when I make some sauces or some dips, I use like a shredded cheese or something like this Queso Blanco that has white Velveeta, basically, jalapeno flavored white Velveeta. So I have some Philadelphia cream cheese. I've used part of this box, so we're going to finish that off. There's about a quarter of it left, so I'm going to put some of that in here as well. I'm going to go ahead and get this turned on so everything starts getting happy in here. Take this with some milk. And then Queso Blanco. Just for that space. This is basically a white Velveeta cheese with jalapeno flavor in it already. I thought when I first started making it, I needed to buy a whole lot of white Mexican cheeses. You know, make a roux, blend it all down, make it into a sauce. And it was fun and it was great. And then I found this and I thought, wow, what have I been doing? That's a lot of extra stuff. So I'm going to take about a quarter, maybe just a little over a quarter of this. Put it in our little crock pot here. And it's just kind of watch and stir once in a while kind of thing while we're moving on with the rest of our stuff. Probably should have done 2 separate videos for this, but skip it. One big happy day. And so, got this on high. The lid, stir it every little once in a while. It's going to sit right here in my eyesight so that I can keep my eye on it. Okay, so next part of our little venture is going to be preparing the chicken for our chicken quesadillas. So I buy a seasoned chicken breast. I got this one at Kroger's. Almost every, I don't know, H-E-B meat market, they have like pre-seasoned chicken. Some Southwest, something Hispanic. I like the Southwest. That's my favorite. But it's vacuum packed. Store's good. Goes on sale. Got this for $5. There's probably 2 or 3 big size chicken breasts in here, and I'll only need to use them one at a time. So comes at a great deal. Now because they are real thick, we're going to take out some of our aggressions on the chicken. Some spread it out. And splatter chicken all over ourselves and the rest of our kitchen. Hear the pressure? Steam? stirring up. It's hot. Okay. A little bit of saran wrap. Rub our surface here. I like to do it with some saran wrap so it doesn't like splatter everywhere. Make kind of a big mess. I don't know what kind of shows it's watching over there, but some kind of survival Homo sapiens from back in the caveman days. He would have never made it back then, by the way. Didn't have quesadillas. Didn't have Taco Tuesday. Could have been, I'm out of here. I'm going back on the grid. Just wanna had to do a little background noise editing. I made a mess of my saran wrap here. Okay. Just gonna get one of these juicy ones out of here. And save this one for later. So, just gonna open this up as fast as I can. My saran wrap. Yeah, me and saran wrap. Not the best of friends, but works, does the job. Doesn't have to be pretty. Okay. Got it. So, you're just going to take this chicken. We're going to pound it just away from the inside towards the out. You get it flat. So, while I make a bitch noise, I'm going to pause the video. You get the point. It's bigger, it's flat. Okay, so I have our chicken twice the size as it was. Pretty flat, about 1/4 inch. So I'm gonna move my board out of the way. And yeah, another one of my fun toys. So I use this a lot, and I use it a couple of different reasons because I can clean it easy. And some people think that it's one of those pieces of equipment that's difficult to clean. I have an easy way to do it. Trick. Okay. So, prepare paper towels. Spray. Make sure it's on. Okay, so this is going to be warming up for a few minutes. And while that's doing, it's in my other side. Having a good time. Good things happening over here. Grease is getting hot. Cheese is melting. Probably another quick check on that. See if I need to stir. So we've sprayed our warming grill down with some cooking spray, whatever spray you want to use. Our meat's cooking, oil's heating, cheese is melting, chicken's about to go down. on here. Grill's not all the way hot yet. That's okay. It will be soon. Chance to get some of this spices that came off on the saran wrap. And I roll them back onto the chicken. Let me stop. Rinse my hands. So, doing good. Making progress. So this is fun. So we're gonna let that just be happy cooking for a little while. And while we're doing that, we're going to start prepping for our homemade chips. Yes, we take it that serious. So, use yellow. Whatever brand you like. I like yellow. Some people like white. But nothing's better for your queso dip than fresh chips versus the ones you buy get out of the bag for sure. So let's just check through them a little bit. I'll start with this thing. I'll get one. Check our chicken. You can see we're down to 8 minutes on our timer, so we're going to keep our eye on that. And then up our fryer. And as you can see here, fryer light on ready, so it's reached its temperature. Oh, we're going to turn it up a little bit. So we're going to wait just a little bit longer. While we're waiting, we're going to cut these. So just make a nice little stack. And this is a scraper. You use, scraping vegetables, whatever. But it works really good for this. Tortilla chips. So, we just now made tortilla chips. Ready to cook. Fun stuff. Moving stuff around here, we have a limited space. Welcome to being an apartment dweller. So, with those things going on, and my chicken and my meat, everything's going along happily. Vanilla, so I can get my grill lined, going the opposite way. So in a minute, just in a little bit, we'll move over to the stove where the quesadillas happen. Right now we're going to make some chips. I'm going to get something to put those on. And okay, move the camera up. A little more action going on over here. So also allows me to maneuver some of my equipment around a little bit better. Because the camera's not in the way. So if there's something you can't catch, I'll be turning you back and forth. So still waiting on our grease. Uh-oh. Fun stuff. Okay, so my breaker didn't like all my equipment on one. I did a little recalibrating of our where we had our stuff plugged in. So got our cheese back on track. Our oil is happily heating. Plug.
What happened? Chip? It chip again?
Handy have an electrician husband. Okay, so I'm using too many electronics. My kitchen's not happy with me. So I'm gonna move my cheese, and it's not really doing anything for you, and just watching me stir it every once in a while. Anyway, to another counter, so spread some electrical usage around the house. Be right back. Wow. What a night. Alright. So, go Cowboys. Here, turn around. So our pressure cooker's done. Our oil is almost temperature. Let's check the chicken. So, move these right up here. We're waiting for our turn our pumpkin around. We're going to do that. Oops. Magic scissors. So you can see the chicken happily cooking. And our spy is peeking around the corner. He knows it makes me nervous. He's about to get a little meat mallet. So they say. Clean my cutting board from earlier when I had my raw chicken on it. So put my juicy, deliciously grilled chicken on it. And we're gonna let it sit. Now, my handy trick to cleaning this. What happened to my during malfunction? My equipment was moved. Equipment located. So you're gonna take something plastic, get any kind of the residue you can off of the non-stick farming grill. Comes with one of those little metal raking things that has somewhere. Not willing to waste the time to find it at this point, but push everything off the grill. Top. Okay. I spray it with this. And turn it off. And while it's hot, I turn it. Which cleans all of the materials we just used off the farming grill. And once it cools down, just wipe it down with a wet washcloth, and then it's clean. Put it away. Okay. Next time. It's hot. So if you don't do it while it's hot, it's a lot harder to clean. So make sure we get everything here. Everything off. So this is how you easy, clean your frozen grill. Like I said, once it's all the way cooled off, take a damp rag and just wipe down. It's ready to put away. For next time, just clean this. You're done. Alright. One less electronic to be sucking juice in my kitchen. My electrician will be so happy with me now. It's still kind of warm, so that's not pick this up with. Okay, so now we have our stuff on the way. Clean our surface up a little bit. You'll notice that our meat is done, so I'm going to strain the grease out of the meat. Also here, so I'm going to give a little bit of care and take that away from the grease. Any accidental sausage. So now we've done that. Take my handy little colander and I'm going to just drain the grease. Now, like I said, this is my tool of choice. Just I'm going to break the meat up now. Meat I got today was a little bit on sale. I usually get at least 80-20, but today the, I don't know, 73, 37, whatever. You got it. It was on sale, half price of the leaner meat, so got a lot more grease in this than I'm used to. So we're going to drain it extra good. Break it up with this penny smasher. And then I'm going to take it over there and we're going to pour the grease out and I'll be back. Okay, meat strained, back in pot. Sid's standing there sticking his tongue out, just so you know. He did it again. That was for you, America. So we're putting some taco seasoning in here. And we're making 3 pounds of meat, so we're gonna put 2 packages of taco seasoning. Oops. Less the corner of the package, and we're gonna put a cup of water. It's a little more water than what it says to use. Just give it a quick stir. Don't even have to really do that because once this pressure's up, it's going to pressure it. It's going to push all of that taco season into the meat. It's incredibly different how much more flavor, taco season flavor you get when you do it this way. We're going to try to get pressure without re-painting because it's still, hear it? So we're going to go, whoops, helps if I turn it off. We're going to go to rice, 6 minutes. We're going to be happy. We're putting it back on pressure and putting it back over here to the corner. Let it do its happy thing while we make chips. Our fryer's ready. I'm going to pull it forward here a little bit. here available. And remember, we cut our tortillas. Paper towels. And I have here just a little wire rack. I use this rack. It's really what it's made for is like to barbecue fish. Doesn't fall through the grates, but it does make a great vessel to put chips on. And there's this little cookie sheet to hold it up off the counter, just in case any grease does fall through. So I'm gonna start making chips. I probably throw, I don't know, 10 to 12 into the fryer at a time. And then use my tongs I have here to push them down to the oil. And making chips. It's fun. It's, you know, they're really fresh. They taste really good. And they're not with a ton of preservatives, or they don't have a crap load of salt on them already. I've made baked versions of these. You know, New Year's resolution time, whatever. Okay, so just let them sit here and hang out for a minute. And with an spatch. So I'll do this for a little while, basically while I'm waiting for my meat to finish cooking. Make myself like a good stack or so of chips, using my tongs to keep, you know, pushing them around in the grease. Our cheese is still warmer, which we can bring back over here since we've now resolved our popping the breaker problem. Welcome, honey. Okay. Sometimes. I'm up here, let them drain. And on to the next. So I'm not gonna drain you with the monotony of making all of these. We're gonna move on to making the chicken quesadillas, and then I'll come back and finish these later. Just wanted to get the idea. Just quarter up some corn tortillas, throw them in some hot grease. Voila, fresh table side style chips, and it makes an incredible amount of difference. In case you didn't hear, pressure cooker just pressured up. I like my chips a little bit crunchy, so I try to be sure everybody gets a good bath in the oil. Fun stuff. Okay. Let's these drain. This is where I'm going to pause for a moment, and we're going to move over to the stove where we're going to work on our chicken quesadillas. I'm going to show you just a couple. I'm not going to make a whole bunch of them for you. I'm making a whole bunch, but just for the video, one or so. So, these chips, I'll be back with these here in a little bit. So for right now, I'm going to let these hang out, turn my oil down a little bit, just See on the other side of the kitchen.
It's fun watching you
Okay,
have
so
fun.
here we are. We're back. And we are going to make the chicken quesadillas. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So we're going to make chicken quesadillas. In this pan here I have some Mexican style cheese. You know. So we're cutting that. We have our chicken breasts that we made in the foreman. We're just going to get a knife. Wrong one. We're going to use this one. And we're going to take this chicken and we're just going to slice it at an angle with some strips. That was our ground meat. So we're going to make some strips with this. I have my cast iron skillet here. I have it on medium heat and it's warming as we speak. Let me move it a little closer so you can see what's going on right here. So, cut it pretty thin because, you know, quesadillas, you don't make them too thick. Stuff doesn't like to melt. And this chicken is just good. Had to happen. Okay. This is my quesadilla spatula. And one moment. Okay. Tortillas. I'm going to make several of these, but I'm not going to film them all because you don't really need that. What you need is just to see the process, and that's what you know, a little clunky with film work. I'm still learning this stuff. So we're going to spray our cast iron. If you don't have cast iron, just use the thickest, heaviest skillet you have. Good heat conductors. I want a little bit of oil because I don't like it. Hear the sizzle. So as soon as you get that down, you just let it kind of heat up on one side. You're going to wait just a couple of minutes while it's getting warm and happy in there. And I have this set on 6, by the way. I'm just going to flip it over. So now this side is warm. I'm going to take a layer of cheese. And I'm going to put it around on my quesadilla. I don't know if you can see real good how much cheese that is, but you know, you're going to put cheese on both sides. So how much is actually on this one is not all that important. I'm going to lay some chicken on the quesadilla. Just around so I know that when I quarter this into 4 pieces that each part of the quesadilla is going to have chicken in it. So I'll let this sit here cook happy for a minute. Cook pretty fast. Now you don't want to cook too high a heat because then the cheese won't melt and the tortilla will burn. So I usually stay around 6. That seems to work for me. What works for you? Works for you. Inside of my cutting board. Just spray again, just real quick, a little light spray. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Here's a doing good things. Let it get a little bit warm. Soak up a little bit of that spray. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to put cheese, just like I did the other side. Now, if you start getting bubbles, pop some holes. It's a lot easier. So, I'll let that get happy. Now, as you can see, this side sitting is the cheese is now nice and melty, and the chicken's sticking. So what I'm going to do is take this side and lay it onto that side, and this will fall apart. The cheese holds on the chicken. So it's happily cooking. And I'm gonna flip it a couple times because we don't want it to get too done on either side. We want all the cheese to be melted. Throw in the pancake. You can use a knife, your pizza roll, whatever makes you happy. I just haven't already have my knife here, so we'll go with that. One last flip over. So these are fun, fast, easy. Make the chicken from a grill, just take a second. One chicken breast, and I'll get 4 or 5 quesadillas out of it. Pound it out flat. My husband dips a little salsa a little bit. Kind of like this. Kind of like this. Now you have yummy, gooey, delicious chicken quesadillas at home in a couple, well, we're taking 30 minutes, but you remember we're making queso tacos, we're making quesadillas, so we got all this going on at once, and we're doing it all for 2 nights dinner, 2 nights lunch, sauce. I'm gonna make a couple more of these. I'll be back with you for the Queso Blanco here in just a little. Okay, so Sid's in the house. Sid, say hi to everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
Put your face in here. Turn around, say hi.
Hi.
He thinks that's funny. So, we're making our last quesadilla. Got a plate full there. 1 chicken breast made 4 full quesadillas, 16 pieces of delicious goodness, of half of which Sid will be dispersing in his break room tomorrow. And he's sticking in his face right now. This, you see this? Yeah. If you get this piece, okay, so we're doing the last one. Huh? So, we are almost done with quesadilla. And you were only out of the room here for a short time. So, we got all this going on. Quick flip. Lots of our cheese. Picked that up perfect. Okay. Skim it happy. This one's all stuck. Back on. Happy, happy, happy. Chicken's delicious. So, I don't know if any of you do not own a cast iron skillet. I would suggest that the sooner you buy one, the better. And when it says don't wash it, it means don't wash it. One, if you're anemic, cooking in cast iron. I'm anemic. Very anemic. Like IV doses of iron, kind of anemic. Cooking in cast iron helps your iron levels. If you're pregnant, cooking cast iron helps. Also, it seasons, and a little bit of the flavor of almost everything that you cook in it. It seasons the pan, and the older they are, this one's passed down. So, wasn't from a grandparent, but my grandma's cast iron. I would give it mint for. Should fly to California and ask for that. I don't think I should give it to me. She used to make some white pan gravy and that. She didn't even need sausage in it. It still tasted wonderful. She could take a loaf of bread and white gravy and make everybody and half the town will be fed. We're gonna turn this off. Last quesadilla off. Cut it into 4. We have made our yummy gooey chicken quesadillas. Minus Sid's mouse nibbling. We have a big giant plate full. Actually 16 or so pieces. Less 1. 16, 15 and 3/4. So I have a big plate full. 1 chicken breast, some tortillas, a little bit of cheese, sauce. Good. We're happy with that. Off to the queso. Hey, okay, so we're back. We're back on the side of the kitchen, and we're our chips. Got our chips and our quesadillas and our chips, and we're working on our last couple of things here. We're gonna make some more chips, which I'm not gonna subject you to, but our queso is bubbly, wonderful. See, all nice and melty and lovely.
Just want to say you're the best cook ever, Tony Damien.
Suck up. Right, so give this a little stir. He's acting silly over there. Have to require some editing to our video. Anyways, so we're getting his queso ready. We are going to go ahead and vent, which should already have done so, our taco meat. So we're gonna let that sit without the steam pot on for a little while. And our taco meat's best friend. Just gonna make sure everything's well cooked and delicious. And I'm telling you, like, when you make taco meat in your skillet and you cook it with the taco seasoning that you buy, little packets, I mean, it tastes great. It's wonderful. But for some reason, I don't exactly understand, but when you put it in this pressure cooker and message, and then you let it pressure cook that seasoning into the meat, it doesn't seem like even near the same flavor. It's like juicy, it's delicious, it's so much like, it's not greasy, it's yummy, it's dripping on me, it's absolutely delicious. So anyways, just, you know, note to self, even if you're just making for tacos, that's great stuff. So I'm gonna put together for you 1 plate of our Queso Blanco nachos. And we were at one of our favorite restaurants, and one of the managers came over because we're regulars. Imagine that. So we're regulars, and they said, hey, you know, you always come here, you get the queso, drink some margaritas and have some queso, and then you go home and eat your wife's cooking. So how about you try these Queso Blanco nachos? And we were like, or not even nachos, just queso dip. We're like, Queso Blanco, what's that? So he brings it to us, and it's like, oh my God, this is marvelous. It's like, it was fantastic. We're like, why have I only been eating this all along? Oh, didn't know, new fad. So I'm going to show you how they serve it in a restaurant, which is how I serve it to my husband here, and he loves it that way, and I don't know what makes it different, but it does. So, be right back. Alright, so I'm going to do this in a black bowl just to make it more visible for you. You're going to take a big scoop of your Queso Blanco cheese, and you're going to put it into your bowl. I use this because too much of it sticks, and I'm not a waster. You're then going to, in the middle of this yummy, gooey deliciousness, yes, I realize I should have these utensils ready, but unfortunately I have a lot going on here tonight. You take a big scoop of your taco meat and you put it right in the middle of your cheese. And you just leave it on the surface and you let it sit there. And then when they get ready to dip their chips, that's when they grab their chips and the cheese together with the meat. It is unbelievable. It is amazingly delicious. So this is the Queso Blanco nachos. Sometimes I'll make him just the whole plate, like a regular nacho plate, and pour it on there and put everything together. But he prefers it like this. For some reason, it makes a difference. So Queso Blanco nachos, chicken quesadillas, homemade chips, and we've got our taco meat for Taco Tuesday. Fry some corn tortilla shells tomorrow, and for tacos, and hey, dinner. 2 nights, 2 lunches, 1 night, 1 long video, which I'll probably edit some out because you really don't need to see that much of me. But thank you, love you, bye.